Is a drinks package actually worth the cost? It's a more complex question than you might first think, but in this video, I'll do my best to explain to you everything you need to know to help make an informed decision. Plus, there is one time where I think it's a no-brainer, and I'll let you know what that is. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy. I produce cruise-related videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date. There was a time long ago when cruise ships were known for cheap booze and fun nights. These days, they're still known for fun nights, but the cheap drinks are nowhere to be found. Soon enough, the cost of alcohol began to rise, and now it's more or less in line with pricing you'll find on land. The value of a drinks package is really in the freedom that it provides, and now more than ever, people are really looking for that experience that they can pay up front all at once and not have to keep digging into their pockets. This is true both on land and at sea. Drinks packages vary from cruise line to cruise line, but in general they come in a couple of varieties. There are those that focus on soft drinks or juices and coffee, and others that include basic spirits and everything up to top shelf liquors. For this video, we'll be focusing on the latter part. Those are drinks packages that do include alcohol, and I'll give you an example from a recent cruise of mine that might help you make a decision as well. There are a couple of important questions you should be asking yourself before you buy a drinks package. The first thing to consider is the cruise itinerary. Drinks packages are charged per day but need to be purchased for the full voyage duration. This means that if you're on a port-intensive cruise, such as the Mediterranean or even some South Pacific itineraries, your time on board using that package will be severely limited. In some cases, you're just not going to be on the ship long enough to take advantage of one. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably enjoy a drink or six. It's your holiday, no one's here to judge. From a personal perspective though, I always find that night one is a lot more festive as everyone celebrates the start of the cruise. The bartenders would probably agree. But especially on longer voyages, I just don't necessarily have the endurance to continue drinking that much throughout the entire cruise. I know this isn't true for everyone, but have a think about whether or not you have the stamina to make use of your drink package day in and day out, which leads me to my next consideration. I see examples of break-even anxiety every time the topic of drinks package comes up on social media, and I even saw it in person on a recent cruise. I named it that because people that purchase a drinks package understandably want to know and feel like they've gotten value for their money. Drinks packages can cost anywhere up to $165 per day, as was the case on my Ovation of the Seas cruise last November. Understandably, people want to make sure they're getting value for money. What I think it can do though is detract from some enjoyment of the cruise. Some nights I'll feel like a cocktail or two after dinner, and others I won't. Maybe I have an early tour booked the next day, or I just don't feel like it. Speaking for myself, I don't want to sit there calculating how many drinks I need to have that day in order to break even. I've seen this happen time and time again, so it's an important thing to consider. Pre-pandemic, all major cruise lines had at least one thing in common. They were very good at making money. The major corporations that own the biggest names in cruising had large bank balances, and that was not by mistake. Cruise lines have perfected the upcharge, and on balance, they're not selling drinks packages at a loss. These are money-making products, as they should be. Cruise lines are operating a business, but keep that in mind before you just assume it's going to be the best value for you. Many cruise lines these days offer various loyalty perks, which is especially true of Royal Caribbean, Celebrity and Princess, among others. If you've managed to work your way up the status chain, you'll often find that you'll receive various drink perks. Royal Caribbean, for example, provide 4 free drinks per day for its Diamond loyalty members and more for higher tiers. Celebrity Cruises offers an open bar most nights for its elite members and above, and similarly, Princess Cruises offers a nightly event for its platinum members and above that offers discounted drinks. These freebies or discounts can really make a difference to the end of cruise spending bill. Additionally, some suite level staterooms include access to special lounges with open bars, or even an entire drinks package as a perk. From a value perspective, you can sometimes find that booking a suite with more inclusions is not significantly more expensive than booking a standard stateroom and adding various extras to your booking. Plus, some cruise lines allow you to bring on board a bottle of wine or champagne, sometimes two, for consumption in your stateroom for no fee, or in public for a corkage fee. In particular, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity and Princess allow this, although P&O and Carnival, our local lines, do not allow anyone to bring any alcohol on board at all. Whilst some cruise lines offer drinks packages with multiple levels, some that offer standard tier spirits and others top shelf, Royal Caribbean offers only the one called the Deluxe Drinks Package. That means that if you enjoy a house spirit with mixer or beer or wine by the glass, you won't necessarily get the value that you're paying for. In other words, you'll have to have a lot more to break even. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Some alcohol packages also include specialty coffees and teas, smoothies and milkshakes, and even fresh juices, while some will also give you the benefit of a discount on the cost of wine by the bottle. Consider the entire package, what it offers, what it includes, and make sure that it's reflective of your drink tastes. It's also important to note that some packages will limit the number of alcoholic beverages you can have in every 24-hour period. Cruise lines generally offer drinks packages at a set cost, but others employ dynamic pricing. Most notably, Royal Caribbean's pre-cruise planner uses this system. It's complicated further by the fact that the prices we see in Australia are Australian dollars, and they've been converted from their US dollar equivalent. That means currency fluctuations will also have an impact on the amount that you pay. As an example, I sailed on board Ovation of the Seas for 7 nights in November 2022. The pre-cruise purchase price for the deluxe beverage package on that sailing was 165 Australian dollars per guest per day. In early January 2023, I sailed again on Ovation, and at that time, the cost of the same package if purchased on board was 103 US dollars per guest per day. Royal Caribbean will also often hold cruise planner sales throughout the year, most notably during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday events. It is possible to find the deluxe beverage package as low as $100 per person per day, or even lower than that. As I've said in other videos, if you've pre-purchased anything in your cruise planner, keep an eye on the prices, as you can generally cancel and rebook the item at the lower cost if it is reduced during a sale. It's important to note as well that most cruise lines will require everyone in a stateroom to purchase a drinks package if one person does. Most recently, I cruised on Carnival Luminosa for 3 nights to nowhere, so ample drinking time then. Carnival Australia sells a drinks package called Cheers. It retails for 119 Australian dollars per person per day. The package is only available on cruises of 7 nights duration or longer, so purchasing it wasn't an option for me. However, I kept track of my drink bill during the cruise to find out whether having the package would have been valuable to me or not. At $119, the total package cost would have been $357. Including coffees, bottled water, and cocktails, my total drinks bill came to $348.75. That included an average of 6 cocktails per day, a barista-made coffee, just one, and 5 large bottles of water. Despite a 3-day cruise normally being more festive than a longer cruise, and despite the fact that I couldn't even purchase the drinks package if I wanted to, I still came out ahead, although marginally. On the plus side though, I didn't have to think about how many drinks I needed to have to get the value out of my package, and I just consumed what I wanted when I wanted. Hopefully my example gives you some frame of reference or context to help you make a decision about whether one would be worthwhile for you or not. Ultimately, whether a drinks package is right for you is not something that anyone else can answer. The takeaway though is to consider all aspects of the cruise, including where it's going and the drinks packages that are available, before you just assume that buying one will be giving you the best value for your money. Whilst I think drinks packages can be a good buy if you purchase them at the right price, what that price is depends on multiple factors. Where it's a no-brainer though is with Princess Cruises. Their Princess Plus and Premier packages are bundled offerings that include drinks and unlimited internet, as well as other perks, and start at only 65 Australian dollars per day extra over the standard fare. Taking into account everything that I've mentioned, unless a cruise line is offering a bundled package like Princess, I generally do not buy standalone drinks packages. At the end of all of my cruises, I will usually compare the cost of the drinks package had I purchased it and the cost of my bar bill, and in most cases I've come out in front. I know this isn't a definitive answer as to whether or not you should buy a drinks package, but I do hope that the information I've provided will help you make an informed decision. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. If you are looking at booking a cruise, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and you can give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Whether that's on land or on a ship, and not feel like they have to keep digging into their pocket throughout their holiday. Celebrity Cruises offers an open bar most nights for the takeaway though, and you can also subscribe to the channel to support my work.